That was the scene Monday, shortly after a mile-long train carrying crude oil derailed and exploded in southeastern North Dakota after colliding with another train. The collision triggered a giant fireball. Residents in the town of Castleton were asked to evacuate to Fargo. Federal investigators say they're in North Dakota. They found a broken axle at the scene. Authorities say they aren't sure if the broken axle caused a derailment or if it was broken during. They do say the tracks and signals appeared to be properly working. Grain markets had a rough start to the new year, dropping across the board on Thursday. Soybeans fell nearly 30 cents, while questions swirl about whether demand is strong enough to maintain even these lower prices. Not everyone is a bear. National reporter Tyne Morgan is back with one trader still holding out hope for a spring rally.
Mike, last time you were here, you talked to Clinton about soybeans, and you were talking about a cycle. So go a little bit into what you were talking about, and if you're still on that
Yes,
in that outlook
I
moving
am
forward.
on a long term. That's a 60-year cycle that we talked about that bottomed in August, just like it did in 1953, and the market has been moving higher. We're kind of congesting right now, just like we did in that time period there. The market congested till about the end of January, and then it exploded again to the upside. We may indeed get that same pattern. I don't know. It's based upon technical analysis, and you don't know what's going to come about to bring prices higher because everybody's looking for a big crop in South America. That may or may not come to pass. I don't know. But on the short term, I think beans can maybe roll down a little bit on the short term, but nothing big. I think the demand for soybeans is very good, and we'll see. But I'm positioned long term for very cheap calls, hoping that the market goes higher for me. As far as corn, it's just kind of a dead dog. It's going sideways. I think all the negative news has been pretty much priced in. I don't think it really needs to go lower, but there's enough grain around where it's not going to allow it to go much higher either. Although one bullish factor coming in January is the funds have to rebalance their portfolios, and there should be buying of somewhere between 80 to 100,000 contracts of corn in January just by them alone. Funds are short corn, so that could create a little bit of a boost to the upside here. So that's going to be interesting because everybody's looking for tax selling in January on corn. But that buying has definitely come. It's coming. It's already been announced. It's going to occur. And then wheat. Wheat is a market that has just been beat up. It's the short side of everybody's hedge. And I don't think there's much left on wheat either, but I've tried buying it a couple of times and it hasn't worked out too well. But I think the $6 level may spur some kind of short covering before year end, maybe get a 25-cent rally, that type of thing. But grains, I don't think for the most part are as bearish as you've been led to believe. I'm looking at it more technically than fundamentally. I think maybe we can base for another month, 2, 3, whatever it is. I don't know, but I think ultimately we're going to try the upside again. And
we have heard a lot of that negative news, especially when we're talking about the corn market. But you say that's already been priced in.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten some, the cancellations from China, all that type of thing. It didn't hurt the market. It just kind of went sideways. I don't think there's a lot more left that you can throw at it, negative to push the prices down. I think it's just going to kind of tread water for a while.
And when you talked about soybeans, you said possibly lower prices in the short term. Real quick, how long are you thinking?
I'm talking like maybe for another 10 days.
Oh.
I mean, very
so
short
real
term.
Short term.
So
okay.
I would like to see March beans trade into the 1280s. I'd be happy with that.
All right. Mike, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Please stay with us because we have more ag data coming.
For a free 2-week trial to Mike's trading recommendations, call Florez Trading at 800-841-2108.